y'all. My name is Koi, and thank you for coming here. This is 5 things to pay attention to post the lunar eclipse, okay? But before we get into that, we're going to get into the energy. And if you guys don't know me, let me introduce myself. You more than likely are watching this either on my Substack, right? The Queen of Wands Club, or my YouTube. And I decided to blog. I've been blogging within my career and never really took it serious until I decided to choose. And the blog's not really just any type of blog. It's more of a blog that is a club, where womenpreneurs, spiritualpreneurs, creative souls come together and really want to inspire themselves, talk about and discuss certain things that amongst their spiritual path, amongst their career path, entrepreneurial path, right? And how they align. That's what I talk about. That's what I want to inspire you all about. And I just want to show you my unique ways of doing so. So if you haven't known already, I love cards, okay? I am an intuitive reader. I'm an artist. Um, I'm a coach. I'm all of those in between, which blatantly is a creative doula. It really helps me be that guide, right? To share my resources, but also help see certain things within your soul purpose, align certain things in that manner, and really just align to be the best you. And especially if you are branding yourself within your business, really highlighting certain unique spaces and creativity that align with the business, right? So, right now, I'm not really focusing on my business per se. I'm focusing on, drum roll please, I'm focusing on this project that I've been having in my back pocket, in the back of my mind for a long time. But I have to be easy on myself because I've been doing a lot of healing behind the scenes. And I've learned to soften myself because I have been a part of that hustle life. I'm sure everyone that is watching this is a part of that too. And, give me a double tap or a shout out or just, a head nod behind the scenes if you can attest to how hard it is to just relax and not be on the go so much, right? Like to chill and take it easy at home with family, friends, with yourself. It's hard, right? Because sometimes it's like, I need to be doing something. And it's like, no, I don't. No, I don't, right? And right now, as I'm recording this, right, we're really going to be talking about the 5 things. I like that number 5, okay? 5 things to pay attention to post lunar eclipse full moon. All right. So over the weekend, right, we had this big full moon here. Actually, it was Friday, I believe. And I don't know about y'all, it was very aggy. It was like an agitating feeling. I have my notes here, so I'm going to be looking down. But it was a very like agitating feeling for me. It was making me feel like I needed to do something when I really didn't have to. Like, as if you guys read the post about the full moon energy, it's opposite. No. The full moon was in Taurus. I believe it's in Gemini right now or just coming out of Taurus. Taurus is all about tangible things, but it's like luxurious things, beautiful things, self-caring things, self-nurturing things, right? Healing things. Other side of that, as you might know, of Taurus is work. And they can be workaholics. There's always a yin and yang to each sign, right? But at its highest, it is reminding me of the Queen of Pentacles or close to the Empress, right? Just an abundant energy. If you know a Taurus, they stay with the coins, right? But abundant does not have to mean money neither, right? It can also mean like abundant in spiritual health, abundant in love, self-love, abundant in tools for your soul care. You know what I'm saying? It depends where you're putting that energy into. And wherever your Taurus was, or wherever your Taurus is on your natal chart is your birth chart. And your birth chart consists of the astrology making of where the planets were aligned, specifically down to the second when you came out of the womb, okay? And side note, this is, if you want to learn more about that, I have a service now that I'm introducing more astrology into my tarot intuitive readings. And that is called the Higher Soul Path reading. And you get to understand a little bit more of your unique gifts, how to use them in your business, what blocks are in the way, right? If you don't have a business, then, you know, how to use them on your spiritual journey for yourself and for other people to serve. And a little bit more. So you can definitely check that out in the link below, wherever you're watching this, all right? Do I need to say anything? No, we're already 6 seconds in. Let's go. So let's talk about the planetary energy right now, right? So there's a few things I wanted to point out. We still have like these big moving, slow moving planets that are in retrograde. Retrograde means a lot of like internal slowing down of the energy. Doesn't necessarily mean to go backwards, but it is like a lot of like reviewing or stagnation sometimes to the energy in the planet. What really stuck out to me is Uranus. Uranus, okay? Or Uranus. So Venus is in trine Uranus, right? And with Venus being in Virgo right now, it's going to be moving into Libra, I believe, next week. I'm not 100% sure. And Uranus in Taurus, right? Uranus is retrograde. And Uranus talks about individuality, rebellious, right? But most importantly for me, I really like to keep in my brain, Uranus is transformative energy. Like it doesn't play, like it's fast change. It's pretty much like the Tower card, if I'm not mistaken, in tarot. And is it Tower card, Uranus, or Scorpio? I have to look that one up. I don't think it's Uranus though, but it reminds me of that because it's fast, sudden changes. And to me, a life path 5, I know about fast, sudden changes. I don't like when people change things that's against my will. You know, or it's something that I can't contemplate on and think like, okay, like make a decision. It's like when the universe makes a decision for me, I don't like that. And I'm still learning, right? But I feel like I've gotten a lot better with surrendering and giving it up to God, as they say, or, you know, allowing the universe to do its thing. And Uranus will definitely be that lightning bolt to do that. And it's unconventional, hidden talents as well. It's also where your Uranus is at. It can also actually help you understand some of your unique talents, or like, you know, talents that you just uniquely come here with, develop, right? It can be some of those things. And with Venus, right, being trine to that, it means that it's an easy way to, I feel that it's an easy way to start more your spiritual journey or personal development, like really focusing on you, your self-care, your soul, internal energies that can actually really bless the situation you're in. It can totally give you a perspective shift, if not a what do they call a quantum leap, right? Shift, when you really just need to just kind of like look at it a different way, and then you're just like, you know, like that's what Uranus will do, especially with Venus energy in Virgo, because that Venus energy in Virgo is really giving you that practical plan, things that you can actually do that soothe you, soothe your nervous system, right? Like, how are we moving in a softer life right now? How are we moving away from the hustle, right? If you actually take time to do that, right now actually would be a great time. Because once you actually can sit down, once you actually can have faith in what feels right for you and like clarity of what feels right for you, things will start smoothing a little bit better. Like you'll be feeling like you're riding in a Benz, right? And not a hoopty, right? Like a new Benz Maybach. No, I have never rode in a new Benz Maybach, but I have rode in a brand new Benz before. And let me tell you, I remember going down this bumpy street, right? I was used to driving it in my parents' Volvo. And that Volvo back then was probably like 10 years old. And I remember there was a friend, they had a Benz that was, it might have been like 3 years old. When I tell you that car was driving so smooth down that street, I'm like, okay, this is why people pay for the classic, right? And that's kind of what Venus and Uranus trining together feels like for me, right? And then we have Uranus sextile Neptune, right? And then there's Uranus trine Pluto. Pluto is all about power, your personal power. Or sometimes if you don't know your personal power, it's people taking your power from you, right? And Neptune is that creativity and that spiritual energy. So like when I looked at Uranus with all this energy, again, spiritual journey, really tapping into yourself internally, loving yourself, self-care rituals, creative projects, creativity. If you guys don't know, you're going to know. Creativity is such a form of self-care, and I am such an advocate to teach that and preach that. So this is really a good time. Now, the only other energies that might feel like a little bit conflicting is the Mercury, which is in Scorpio, and Mars, which is in Scorpio. We're in Scorpio season until November 21st, I believe. And you guys don't quote me with these dates. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like if I didn't write it down, which I didn't, don't quote me. But let's see something real quick. Hold on. Okay, so Scorpio, right, is very deep. It's like the depths of the ocean where it's just dark and you just don't even know if you're like in a tunnel or not. Like that's what Scorpio reminds me of. And um it's also very mystic too. And when we're talking about Mercury, the way we think, the way that we communicate, a lot of deep discussions within ourselves, within our thoughts, right? And sometimes people don't like to touch that because they are not used to self-reflecting. And we all have negative thoughts. And even to the point where it's like, do you actually associate the word dark with something negative, right? Because your dark thoughts may not be so negative. It just may be something that you haven't been paying attention to, right? Have you even asked yourself that question? Is the question. And topics and discussions around things that may be taboo or just have unheard of or just far to reach, right, are kind of floating to the surface right now and can feel very vulnerable. It can feel very scary. It can, right? And with Mars and Scorpio too, Mars is a ruler. I mean, Scorpio's ruling planet is Mars as well. So like that's pretty much the god of war. And I don't watch news that much. Actually, I don't watch it at all. If I don't see things on on social media, honestly, or if I don't hear it from other people, I kind of don't know what's going on. And people can be like, "That's a bad thing." Some people have told me that, but honestly, it's part of my protection because I know about the media and their scare tactics, and I just don't have time for that. So, um, and I'm bringing that up because war within the country brings a lot of fear. It brings a lot of things from the past as well. And it makes us think about things that are unknown, that aren't factual, and we're just not sure of, right? So it's kind of intense energy. And that is that energy that we all could be feeling, especially around this lunar eclipse. The eclipse season has started. When we say eclipse season, we had the solar eclipse and then we had the lunar eclipse. It's a double whammy of intense energy. It's like that whipping around, it's a ting, okay? It's a ting. That's what I do know. And nobody wants to feel that ting or sting like the Scorpio stinger, right? And then last but not least, I just want to point this out. The sun is opposite to Jupiter. Jupiter also is in retrograde, and Jupiter expands things. It's the Lord of benevolent things, right? But sometimes too much of a good thing can be harmful for us. So it's kind of like asking us to not overindulge, or to focus on things that allow us to shine, to focus on things that really bring us joy, so then we can actually, tap into more of that happier go lucky feeling instead of like some shadowy things. Because there is still a balance. Like, we just got out of Libra and we need to balance some things, right? And then we're going into Sag, which tells us to direct our energy and go after things, right? But what are we going after? So Scorpio is kind of like that in between, like, well, I don't know what's going on, like having dark shades at night type of thing. And you still have to feel grounded. You still have to feel grounded, right? So I just wanted to share that with you. If you're feeling those energies, let me know. Comment below, tap. I love it. I think that this isn't our first rodeo. When you do comment, it does bring that computer energy up. And I'm doing this for myself, but I'm also doing this for you, because I wouldn't be editing and sitting here talking to my computer. You know what I'm saying? So let's help each other. All right. So let's tap into this 5 things to pay attention to post lunar eclipse. Okay. Let's get to 1. Expect spirit to show up for you. Let go of past burdens and be ready and open for change. Like I was just saying, we are in a very transformative energy collectively. You know, if you're looking at my video, more than likely you're doing some type of self-work, self-healing, and looking for change. And congratulations, we're in that change. Like Drake said, and Drake is a Scorpio, what a time to be alive. And that actually was what, a few years ago? I can't remember how many years ago that anyway, whatever. Y'all. Expect it, because when you can expect spirit to show up for you, right? Spirit is right there holding your hand. It's just hard because we can't see it. It's like it's not tangible. But when you actually believe, when you actually have faith in what you're doing, and actually putting your best foot forward to make things happen, co-create with the universe, it's going to be a great time. And when the planets are aligned, in the right way, shape, or form for you, that's like, what else can you ask for? It's a miracle waiting to happen. So expect change. All right, let's get into 2. New opportunities to learn about shifting your finances or health or investments that can help you grow spiritually. Like I was saying earlier, if you can focus a little bit more, just a little bit more on your self-care, right? Mind, body, and soul, especially the inner world, your outer world will start to reflect that. Investments are big. I'm pointing out investments because tourists, again, the coins, right? Tangible things. When we think about money, but it's like, pay attention to what you're spending your money on. Is it aligning with your values, right? Or is it aligning with someone else's values? meaning that you're just consuming because someone told you to. And just allowing yourself to react to spending, because that is a thing that can be a bad habit, like you just wanting to buy something because of whatever. I don't know. I'm so far removed from that. It's like I need to buy more things because I haven't bought hardly anything in a while for myself, let alone I've been getting rid of a lot of things. So, like, enough about me. Let's get back to this, right? There are new opportunities to learn new things, especially around things that can help you grow spiritually, financially, physically, mentally, and emotionally, right? So, pay attention to that um, moving forward from this energy, especially now until this new moon that's coming up. Okay? Let's get into 3. All right, so I'd love for you to pay attention to the negative thoughts, conflicting, on the fence type of energy, right? Or check the reality of the situation, be present and feel your intuition versus logic. I was looking because I'm like, did I write? I don't know what I just wrote because the handwriting was looking sloppy, okay? But be present. You know, that's something that is going to help us. When our energy, if we start like researching, because I'm feeling like a few of us here, some of us are like really good researchers, right? So do you know when you start researching and you kind of just get in that zone, and then all of a sudden you're just like, how the hell did I get here? It's like you just went down the rabbit hole. Like, you're not present. So you have to come back to reality and be like, whoa, wait a second, right? Get a drink of water, drink some food, go outside, feel the air hitting your skin and the leaves blowing. You are in your reality. You are here on earth, okay? That is being present and grounded in your body. That's 1, right? And 2, like the sometimes like with creation, right? We get very far out and we tap into our imagination and we're like, yes, right? And then our passions are flowing and going, but we're not in our present moment either. Because 1, we're calling down the energy of the creation, right? We're tapping and conjuring that inception, the vision, right? We're in this crown space in inner eye here, but it has to be spoken and tapped into the heart space, and then it flows down into the lower chakras, which are the tangible things. And yeah. You know, it's like, have fun, but know the reality of the work that needs to be put in, like, as well, right? Like, figure out, like, yeah, you may want to do this big project, right? And feel fun about it. Tap into those passions, but also know the reality of it won't happen overnight. What is that saying? The seed that's planted doesn't grow the next day. I definitely chopped that whole quote up, but you get my gist, right? Like, it just doesn't happen. So let's go into 4. Emotions, heavy emotions, right? Learn new skills that help you with your emotional awareness. And it's a great time for therapy, grief, counseling, maybe even um any personal development would be great right now. I'm kind of repeating myself because I just want to tell you, I looked at the planetary stuff um, after I did my intuitive one. So I'm just saying, like, I just pulled cards for these and I don't think y'all care. Anyway, let's just tap into 5, the last one. Balance. Balance is key. And balance can help you stay aligned. Like, just remembering. Like, this is what I'm learning about balance. Um, it may not always feel like you are balanced, but when you can go back to the question of what were my intentions for this project or for XYZ, right? And then look at both sides, that will help you with balance, okay? Because then you'll know, like, Once you know where the middle point is, then you know what both ends are. Or for some, because it can work both ways, if you know which both ends are, then you know where you are in the middle. You know what I'm saying? It's just like driving. If you know your intentions, where are you going? To Kalamazoo? Okay, cool. That may be 50 miles away. Do you know which direction are you taking? Cool, you know. Once you hit the 25-mile mark, you know you are in the middle. Knowing the medium definitely understands the balance, okay? So, I just wrote balance, family, and friends. Taurus is definitely also, I don't want to say ancestral, but it is um, the balance of societal and individual, if that makes sense. Because that's, I don't know, I feel like I'm going too deep and I don't really want to make this over 30 minutes. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Never mind. Just never mind, guys. Just know that see things for what they are and trust the right people that will show up for you to get help, right? Focus on overcoming the hard emotions that make you feel like your wish can't be fulfilled. Your wish can be fulfilled, but our resources, right? Value, Taurus, our resources. Maybe you don't have the resources that you need to actually fulfill the project. And it's okay. In due time, you will get it. Figure out where you can get it and figure out how you can get it. And that will help you, right? So, that's a mouthful. But I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that this helps you because those are always my intentions. I experience things, I love to share it, you know, and I just want to share certain things that work with me. And a few tools, especially for soul care, are astrology and my cards. And I am giving intuitive readings, they are open right now. You can check out the links below. And if you really would like to know more about your own energy signature, higher soul path reading would be great because we look at the birth chart, the natal chart. It won't be that precise if you don't have a your birth time and your location of birth. That makes it a lot more accurate, I might say. And yeah, just look at the links below. You can read the details, and if you have any questions, you can always comment me. I am doing this project, all right? And you guys can hold me accountable, but I am doing this project, and I'm doing a crowdfunding that can help with the resources and support to get the prototype done, as well as to give the products. And the people that are involved in this crowdfunding, you will get to not only see the images first, right, before anyone, you will also be able to get the product first before it actually goes public. So I do want to share that with you and let you know that you're going to be seeing a lot more of my art. Um, I've been sharing so much stuff about my healing journey, about self care, and about personal development. I really have not shared other parts of myself about creativity, you know, and I know a lot of people are like, what do you know about creative tools and this and that and the third? You know, everything that you see from my IG page to my websites were designed by me. And I'm going back into the hands-on things too. I am doing digital art, but I'm also doing paintings too. So you'll be able to see some things that I'm cooking up and really actually be it's a vulnerable thing for me. So it's funny that I'm talking about this in Scorpio because my art is very vulnerable, especially when I speak about um the storyline behind why I created things. So I don't want to spoil you with everything because this is a new journey that I'm on. And I'd love for your support, whether it's you sharing it to a person, whether it's you commenting, on social media, here, wherever, right? Or whether it's you supporting me financially. Um, but definitely check that out because I have a link where you can actually just donate money, or you can actually pay for certain services or items, right? That go towards the main goal of what I'm creating. So I'm signing off. If you're feeling the vibe, definitely subscribe, comment below, all that jazz, and catch me next time. All right. Bye, y'all.